Attention. All rights are reserved and belong to the Industrial Engineering Jargon Talks channel. Chapter 1. Dreaming. Dreams hold the power to reshape the world. 1. History belongs to those who harbor grand dreams. During my days in elementary school, I experienced poverty. However, I wasn't the sole bearer of that burden. Nearly everyone around me was grappling with similar circumstances. It was around 30 years ago when the average per capita income in Korea was merely $70 per year. Fast forward to today, and that figure has surpassed $40,000. This paints a vivid picture of the struggles we faced back then. Although poverty still persists, it was during the aftermath of the Korean War when the specter of destitution loomed over the entire nation. During that time, we lived in the Changcheongdong area of Seoul, and I had to walk for 2 hours to reach Yonsei University, which was less than 6 miles away from our home. I didn't even have a single coin in my pocket, but I had so many dreams. I still remember the feeling when I walked out of the library late at night or looked up at the sky during my long and tiring walks back home. It felt like the whole world belonged to me. I believed I could hold everything within my grasp. I had a youthful spirit and my heart was full of dreams. Nothing could stop me. Among all the things that come with youth, dreams are the most important. People who have dreams don't know poverty because their wealth is measured by the size of their dreams. Youth is a time in life where even if you have nothing else, as long as you have dreams, nobody can make you feel jealous. History belongs to those who have big dreams. Dreams are the powerful drivers of world transformation. I'm sure that those who are shaping today's history had big dreams when they were young. Take the United States, for example. With just over 200 years of history, it continues to shape the world's narrative. We all know that the early inhabitants of America had ambitious dreams and their pioneering spirit fueled their journey. However, these days, I often hear that young people lack dreams for the future or their dreams are limited to the present moment. If that's the case, it's truly disheartening for individuals and even more so for a nation. Dreams are what make us human. They shape our character, work, and even our destiny. Dreams are like the sails of a ship guiding its course. The sails may be small, but they propel the ship forward. Similarly, a life without dreams is like a ship without sails, drifting aimlessly among the plants and seaweeds. A person with misguided dreams is like someone without a compass. If dreams are only focused on personal comfort and don't extend beyond that, it leads to unhappiness and unfulfillment. When the 5 of us launched the Daewoo Industrial Company, I had a dream. My dream was to contribute to social development through collective and collaborative efforts. We started with a modest capital of just $10,000 in a small rented room tucked away in a corner of a building. But my dream was bigger than the world itself. As the company grew, so did my dream. Within just 10 years, I possessed the largest building in Korea. At the very place where Daewoo stands today, I had my concerns about constructing its central headquarters. I contemplated whether it would be wiser to invest the funds into production tools that could accelerate economic development. Additionally, I feared potential criticism of a company for allocating resources to buildings and properties. However, my perspective shifted. and a new dream took hold. It was a vision where we could expand Daewoo to the extent that the grand building would be filled with dedicated employees. At that time, achieving such a monumental feat seemed beyond imagination. Nevertheless, within a span of 5 years, I transformed that dream into reality. The current workforce of Daewoo exceeds 100,000 individuals, triple the capacity of our present facility. Presently, I harbor additional dreams. Among them is a desire to manufacture world-class goods of unparalleled quality during my lifetime. I have previously attained numerous global records, including operating the largest shipyard in Okjai, the foremost clothing factory in Busan, and achieving the highest wholesale clothing sales worldwide. However, there remains an elusive accomplishment: creating a product that reigns supreme within its category on a global scale. This dream holds immense value for me, irrespective of the specific product. It could be anything, as long as it earns the reputation of being the paramount choice worldwide. Whether it's a Parker pen or a Nikon camera, I yearn for people to say, "This product is crafted by Kim Woo-chug," and it represents the epitome of its kind. Yet, it appears that this dream may not be easily fulfilled in the near future. When the time comes for its realization, I will entrust the colossal responsibility of Daewoo to an extraordinarily exceptional and deserving successor. I have a profound dream, one that encompasses my ultimate ambition as an entrepreneur. I aspire to be remembered as a respected figure in the business world, not for my wealth or the amount of money I have amassed. In traditional Korean culture, business owners have often been undervalued and kept at a distance. This may be rooted in the Confucian social hierarchy, where scholars were revered, farmers were seen as laborers, artisans were celebrated, and merchants were placed at the bottom. Recent trends have also emphasized the pursuit of wealth as the primary goal, which I find puzzling. Why can't a business owner command the same level of respect as a university professor or an artist? My desire is to be recognized as a dedicated professional in my field. My ultimate dream is to contribute to the construction of a society where entrepreneurs are esteemed and admired. I am committed to working relentlessly until this dream becomes a reality. Even when faced with a mere 1% chance of success in a project, a true business owner does not dismiss it as insignificant. Instead, they perceive it as a spark that can ignite a fire. In the realm of business, we cannot settle for maintaining a status quo or striving for marginal growth. We must transform a single unit into 10, and then 10 into 50. This mindset encapsulates the essence of business and its counting game. Part 2. My philosophy of optimism in life. I embrace an unwavering optimism in every aspect of my life. Regardless of the events and circumstances that unfold, I firmly hold on to a positive outlook. This optimism has accompanied me throughout my numerous journeys around the world. I vividly recall a time when I found myself on a plane that had to make an emergency landing, and another instance when an engine fire occurred during takeoff. However, even in these critical moments, the thought of death never crossed my mind. This unwavering optimism reflects the essence of my character. as I choose to perceive crisis situations as temporary challenges rather than insurmountable obstacles. It is this philosophy of optimism that shapes my identity and guides me through life. I consider business to be a form of warfare where the size of the business corresponds to the magnitude of challenges one will face and the level of dedication required to overcome them. If someone becomes discouraged and pessimistic in their business journey, it becomes a turning point that hinders their progress. What sets me apart from other business owners is my extensive experience in acquiring and revitalizing bankrupt companies. These companies had been left behind by their owners, banks, and even governments. Abandonment, in essence, reflects a pessimistic mindset. I have repeatedly transformed significant failures into profitable business ventures with remarkable agility. This truth is widely acknowledged in the international media. When questioned about it, I consistently respond whenever I embark on a new business or enter a new market with Daewoo, I encounter widespread concerns. Whether it was undertaking a refrigeration factory project in the People's Republic of China, embracing a joint banking initiative with Hungary, or venturing into the Russian market in Moscow, the resistance was prevalent even beyond the confines of the company. Banks and governments expressed profound apprehension. However, my perspective on matters is unique. I embrace opportunities and swiftly work towards turning them into reality. This encompasses various aspects such as the type of business, people involved, financial technology, machinery, and other essential needs. Those who question the feasibility or lack confidence in their business acumen are missing the mark. A true entrepreneur sees even a 1% chance of success as a spark to ignite a roaring fire. The world of business is not a simple equation of adding 1 and 1 to get 2. It's a dynamic world where you witness exponential growth, where 1 becomes 10, and then 10 becomes 50. This is the mindset that demands careful consideration and strategic calculations. A decade ago, we built a tire manufacturing plant in Sudan. It was the first international factory established by a Korean company, and many people had their own concerns. Daewoo, having no prior experience in the tire industry, faced skepticism. However, I began assessing the opportunities. What opportunities? Despite Sudan having a favorable tire market, there was a lack of local production, resulting in costly imports and foreign currency loss. I saw potential in addressing this gap. With 80% of Sudan's land being desert and its cities widely dispersed, there was a growing demand for land transportation. Additionally, reliable American sources informed me about the thriving, oil-rich region in South Sudan, which was driving economic development and increasing the demand for vehicles. Each additional vehicle required a minimum of 5 sets of tires, and the harsh desert climate accelerated tire wear. I approached the market with this mindset, and everything fell into place according to my calculations. Today, the tire manufacturing plant is busier than ever before. It has experienced remarkable growth, and the demand for tires has skyrocketed, with people even pre-ordering them. Right from the beginning, it is crucial to maintain optimism in everything you do. However, there is one key element that is essential for realizing potential, and that is selflessness. Furthermore, it is important to embrace a life philosophy. Often, when people hear the word philosophy, they may perceive it as something complicated and pretentious. However, a life philosophy can be as simple as that. The spark for creative ideas originates from dedicating ample time and deep contemplation to your work. Part 3. How to cultivate creative dreams. Your brain flourishes when you actively engage with it. Many individuals claim that they experience a surge of ideas when they retreat to tranquil and serene locations, such as mountains or by the sea. However, the truth is that genuine ideas only come to fruition when the brain cells are in motion and actively working. In my personal experience, the most fruitful moments occur when I am fully absorbed in deep contemplation. Furthermore, creativity thrives through perseverance and diligent effort. The human brain possesses vast, untapped potential and unexplored capabilities. It is often said that the average person utilizes only a fraction of this gift, approximately 10%. Those who are willing to put in the hard work have the capacity to unlock and develop their intuition and insight. I firmly believe that most people possess untapped potential that exceeds their own awareness or willingness to harness it. Therefore, I have made a conscious effort to maximize the utilization of my talents when confronted with challenges. The sooner and more diligently you engage in hard work, the more your dreams transform into tangible realities. When the human mind is fueled with boundless ideas, dreams become awe-inspiring. My personal experiences have taught me that dreams are the manifestation of our aspirations and desires. That's why, at the age of 15, I would dream at night of becoming a successful entrepreneur, dreams that have mostly materialized. Inspired by my father's guidance and encouragement, these dreams have continued to drive me forward, shaping my path and translating into meaningful achievements. Similarly, when one is deeply in love, dreams of a blissful marriage flourish. Furthermore, through dedicated perseverance, dreams often emerge as solutions to the obstacles we encounter. It is those individuals who wholeheartedly devote themselves to their pursuits that seldom taste failure. By embracing our innate potential and relentlessly pursuing our goals, we can transcend limitations and unlock the extraordinary possibilities that lie within us. Part 4. Work is my passion. I lead a life where work occupies a significant portion of my time and energy. Over 200 days a year are spent on international travels, and even my domestic engagements leave me with limited opportunities to be with my family. Birthdays, including my own, often slip from my memory amidst the demands of my profession. However, I embrace the demanding nature of my work wholeheartedly, finding deep satisfaction in it. Some may say my dedication borders on obsession, but I view it differently. Since the beginning of my career, I haven't taken a single day off, never allowing myself a leisurely beach trip with my loved ones. However, I harbor no regrets. I firmly believe that immersing oneself completely in work guarantees success. Those who commit themselves fully never face defeat. To those who wonder how someone like me, a workhorse, finds joy in life, I understand their confusion. They fail to grasp the profound beauty of being consumed by one's work, the allure of witnessing the transformative power of complete devotion. They have yet to experience the exhilaration of achieving dreams and the deep fulfillment it brings. In my journey, I have discovered that true joy lies within work itself. Despite the sacrifices and the relentless pursuit of success, I have found profound fulfillment in the challenges I embrace. It is through unwavering dedication to my craft that I have unlocked a sense of purpose and contentment. Work is not just a means to an end for me, it is an integral part of my identity, a source of immense satisfaction and a conduit for personal growth. I stand as a testament that finding fulfillment in work is possible. Through the commitment to my passion and the relentless pursuit of excellence, I have experienced the profound joy that comes from pushing boundaries and achieving meaningful goals. It is in the midst of hard work and dedication that I have discovered the true essence of a purposeful and rewarding life. I believe it's truly unfortunate that individuals at the outset of their lives, filled with aspirations, excitement, and ambition, perceive work as a burden or inconvenience. It is a great disservice to the ethics of work to view it solely from a financial standpoint, reducing its essence to sweat and toil while neglecting its potential for personal growth, fulfillment, and making a positive impact on society. Work holds immense value that extends far beyond monetary considerations. The same can be said for education. It should be pursued with such fervor that people may exclaim that learning has consumed the individual. Have you ever witnessed the radiant joy in the eyes of a student engrossed in their studies? Though I occasionally engage in leisure activities, I cannot label them as mere pastimes under the guise of entertainment. To do so would undermine the dedication and passion of those who excel in their respective fields and never perceive their pursuits as mere distractions. I have never played golf or attended a theater or concert, as I hold deep respect for their true essence. Work is not just a means to an end. It is a profound journey of personal growth, self-discovery, and making a meaningful contribution to society. Let us embrace the true value of work, recognizing it as an instrument for progress, self-improvement, and uplifting our communities. It is through our work that we can truly leave a lasting impact and experience the fulfillment that comes from realizing our potential. If I were compelled to confess what truly brings me joy, I must acknowledge that it is work. I have never been coerced into it, nor has anyone ever forced me. Hence, if amusement is meant to provide pleasure and contentment, then work is my ultimate source of amusement. When a business owner approaches their work with genuine passion and derives gratification from it, their endeavors thrive and their resources and opportunities expand. The same principle applies to students. If they find delight in their studies, perceiving it as a form of leisure, their academic performance improves, their value and standing elevate, and they are rewarded for their efforts. Should you doubt my words, I encourage you to test it yourself. Without wholeheartedly dedicating yourself to your work, the pursuit of success becomes futile, akin to trying to catch falling stars from the sky. However, by immersing yourself in your work and finding genuine enjoyment in it, the notion of failure becomes obsolete. Reflecting back on my journey around 7 years ago, prior to embarking on my entrepreneurial venture, I worked for a company owned by a distant relative. Despite my familial connection, I received equal compensation as my colleagues. Nonetheless, I approached my responsibilities as if I were the owner, never waiting for instructions, always actively seeking new tasks to undertake. Punctuality was my virtue, and taking a single day off never crossed my mind, for my work provided immeasurable pleasure. Even to this day, I continue to embrace my work with the same fervor. In my perspective, The pleasure derived from playing a round of golf or watching an exhilarating film pales in comparison to the satisfaction of successfully negotiating with international business partners where both parties strive for mutual prosperity. There are moments when I find myself facing a new person in a fresh project and a sense of apprehension and concern creeps in. It's a similar feeling to what an athlete might experience before a crucial competition, where they have to compete with someone to showcase their abilities. However, the more significant and challenging the project becomes, the more my focus and enthusiasm amplify. When I read the other person's intentions and successfully conclude negotiations, an extraordinary surge of energy and satisfaction rushes through me. It's in those moments when both parties shake hands, mutually pleased with the outcome, and finalize the desired agreement. Pioneers discover a world of endless possibilities as the realm around them teems with abundant opportunities awaiting exploration. Part 5. The world is a vast realm of possibilities. I derive great pleasure from working. I am one of those individuals who cannot sit idle for long. I am addicted to work. For me, the hardest thing is being unemployed. Some may interpret unemployment as a chance to rest, but not for me. Resting equates to agony and torture in my perspective. That's why I am always engaged in work and constantly striving to achieve more. In essence, I am busy with work. Starting a task and abandoning it midway holds no value for me. That's why I deeply admire young people who not only initiate work, but immerse themselves in it. Their intense involvement may expose them to more failures and setbacks compared to those who do nothing, but they do not allow setbacks to discourage them. Instead, they learn from them. If you have the courage to view setbacks from this perspective, you will eventually taste success. Those who shy away from failure and avoid facing challenges will never savor the sweetness of success. The world is vast and awaits your contributions. There are countless tasks you can undertake. You need to find areas where no one has ventured before and accomplish things that no one has done. History is made by individuals who possess the eagerness to engage in such tasks. These individuals are the true pioneers of the world. Pioneering comes with inherent risks that cannot be avoided. Pioneers venture into uncharted territories where no one has been before, and they may face criticism and challenges along the way. However, these risks and criticisms do not deter them. They push forward, creating new paths and paving the way for progress, ultimately earning recognition and appreciation. History has shown that the power and prosperity of nations are built on the spirit of pioneering. On the other hand, stagnation and evading responsibility lead to destruction and decline. It is undeniable that the pioneering spirit has played a significant role in the success and advancement of nations, as exemplified by the United States. While Korea has a rich and lengthy history, the spirit of pioneering has not always been prevalent. Throughout its history, Korea has often preferred tranquility over progress and chosen to avoid challenges and competition. This inclination towards complacency can be attributed to the traditional Confucian values that emphasize harmony and stability. However, This mindset has hindered Korea from reaching its full potential and keeping pace with global powers in terms of national strength and influence. When Daewoo was established, our immediate focus was expanding beyond national borders and tapping into the international market. We set our sights on markets that were often overlooked for exports. While other companies were primarily importers, we dared to be pioneers in the field of exports, even when skeptics believed our efforts would be in vain. We faced challenges head-on and achieved success, proving that dismissing something as impossible without even trying is foolish. Daewoo's pioneering spirit not only opened doors to European and American markets, but also led us to explore markets in countries where Korea had no diplomatic relations. These countries included Sudan, Nigeria, Libya, Angola, Algeria, the People's Republic of China, Vietnam, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, and the Soviet Union. Our audacity in entering these markets eventually resulted in establishing diplomatic relations with countries like Sudan, Libya, Algeria, Nigeria, Hungary, and the Soviet Union. The world awaits, vast and full of opportunities. Even though it may not resonate with those who are content with following routine paths and engaging in repetitive tasks, the truth remains unchanged. From their perspective, the world appears limited, confined to their habitual actions. But for those who have a pioneering spirit, who are eager to tread new paths and pursue fresh endeavors, the world outside is truly vast, offering boundless possibilities. I have lived my life in this manner, and I will continue to do so. I will embrace new challenges and utilize my abilities to their fullest extent. Don't be fooled by numbers alone. They merely represent quantity, lacking the depth of true understanding. Let's imagine a scenario. You have 100 sheep and just one person. Numbers may suggest a ratio of 1 to 100, but they fail to capture the essence. Numbers cannot convey the power held by the minority, the strength found in unconventional approaches. Part 6. Creative Minority. While it is often claimed that the United States is currently in a state of decline, it is true that many believe that crimes and substance abuse are eroding the human character, and a significant portion of American youth seek hedonistic pursuits. However, within this context, there exist individuals in America who diligently pursue education and dedicate themselves to research and exploration for a brighter tomorrow. These are the individuals who continuously strive and pour their sweat into ensuring that America's immense progress and development do not go to waste. I believe it is this particular group that will propel the great American society forward. We must not be deceived by mere numbers, as they only speak of quantities. They impose limitations. For instance, if you have a farm with 100 sheep and one person, numbers simply state that the ratio is 1 to 100, and that's it. Numbers can be deceptive. They fail to convey the power of a creative minority. Famous historian Arnold Toynbee referred to those who contribute to the advancement of civilization as the creative minority. They are a small but influential group whose impact is not determined by their numbers alone. Instead, their creativity is what truly matters. The inspiration brought forth by this creative minority provides an opportunity for the less creative majority to participate in shaping history. It is not just their right, but their responsibility to do so. Without the involvement of this creative minority, society and history cannot progress. They are compelled to influence and transform the less creative majority in order for history to move forward. Failure to do so would lead a society or civilization to its ultimate demise. Suppressing the creativity of this creative minority will also lead to the downfall of society or civilization. When the creative abilities are not harnessed for the advancement of society, the society falls into decline. If they get trapped in indulgence and self-preservation, the creative inspirations and fighting spirit fade away, and destruction and ruin prevail. We must embrace creativity and work with it to foster the development, progress, and well-being of the community and humanity. You may wonder how to accomplish this and become a creative individual and a member of the creative individual and a member of the creative minority. Let me first tell you what you should avoid. Avoid being opportunistic or a mere spectator. Avoid being defeated or discouraged. What you need is a broad and clear perspective of what you can contribute to the nation and its people. Moreover, consider what meaningful actions you can undertake for the betterment of human history. In ancient times, the Hebrews departed from Egypt and spent 40 years wandering in search of the Promised Land. Their destination was the land of Canaan, blessed abundantly by God. However, that land was already occupied. As a result, the Hebrews sent a group of 12 spies to assess the situation and the state of the Canaanites. When the group returned from their mission, 10 of them displayed a negative outlook, claiming that conquering the land was impossible. They perceived the Canaanites as physically superior with formidable fortresses. These 10 individuals believed that victory in a war against the Canaanites was unattainable. However, the other 2 individuals opposed this notion. They argued that there was no reason for the Hebrews to fear the Canaanites since it was the promised land ordained by God. These 2 individuals constituted the creative minority with a ratio of 2 to 10. If the decision were left to the majority, the 10 individuals, they would never have embarked on an attack. Yet, through debate and reasoning, the 2 Hebrews resolved to wage war against the Canaanites and eventually emerged triumphant. The rule of the majority alone does not determine the course of history. It is the fighting spirit of the creative minority, the Hebrews, that prevailed in the Promised Land. The creative minority is a constructive force. It comprises individuals who keep the flame of hope and optimism burning even in the face of doubt and despair. The creative minority believes in the progress of history and provides greater impetus to the wheels of history, driving them forward and fostering development. If you solely focus on self-preservation, others will surpass you. Maintaining the status quo is regressive. Part 7. Who will awaken dormant genius? You may have heard the story of a frail mother lifting a car to save her trapped child. It's a tale that showcases the incredible untapped power within us. Humans possess astonishing abilities that often go unnoticed. Those who uncover these hidden potentials can achieve greatness. They aren't satisfied with a mediocre life. If we harness even 20% of our potential, we can all become geniuses. And with 30% utilization, we can become great heroes. Hence, it's fair to say that anyone possessing a fraction of genius is an exceptional individual. They have expanded and developed their dormant potentials beyond the ordinary. Thomas Edison, for instance, repeated experiments hundreds of times before his inventions. Through perseverance and restlessness, he awakened his dormant genius. To awaken your dormant genius, cultivate a creative and constructive mindset. French philosopher Henri Bergson believed progress is nature's philosophy. All living beings should actively grow, commonly known as the essence of life. Therefore, strive to become smarter, sharper, and better each day. Be open and sincere in your interactions while holding yourself to high standards. Avoid the traps of excuses and justifications. If you view yourself as unpredictable and whimsical, others will perceive you the same way. I often feel regret for not pursuing higher education. Though I planned to study abroad, circumstances prevented it, hence, I still feel a sense of loss. Traveling the world and meeting people from different backgrounds makes me more aware of my educational shortcomings. When encountering individuals from other cultures, lacking further education can become an obstacle in understanding their customs and traditions for business purposes. It highlights how much I still have to learn. While traveling, you never know someone's religious beliefs or interests. Therefore, be prepared for various situations to ensure smooth interactions. Do you have knowledge about Hinduism or the history of countries like Sudan and Algeria? Anticipating such information gaps is crucial. At times, I bring university professors along on my journeys to gain some insights about the nation I am about to encounter. Their knowledge expands my understanding of the nation's history, social conditions, recent events, and various aspects. It's like observing the scenery outside the train window. However, it provides me with renewed energy and additional awareness. Maintaining the status quo is akin to being stagnant. While focusing on your own interests, others will surpass you. It is not an exaggeration to say that such individuals have reached their limits because they lack the desire for further growth and development. Only those who constantly nurture themselves and embrace the joy of learning will become strict with themselves. Never assume you have reached your goal and never be satisfied with what you have achieved. Prepare yourself for a life that serves others. If you don't move forward, you will become stagnant. Expand your hidden potentials to the fullest. With determination, you can awaken your dormant genius. Share your knowledge with others. Intellectual selfishness is as unappealing and detestable as material selfishness. Part 8. What is true happiness? Knowledge has always been highly valued. Growing up, I heard phrases like, "Don't share your knowledge with others," and "You have to know something to get somewhere." My father and grandfather instilled these vital lessons in me. They were individuals who understood the value of education through experience. The world was their classroom, and those proverbs from decades ago still hold true today. I have my doubts about the phrase, "Don't share your knowledge with others." It reflects selfishness and a certain coldness. Personally, I prefer share your knowledge with others. The responsibility of the knowledgeable is to provide opportunities for learning to others, and this generosity should extend beyond mere acquisition of knowledge. We should share what we have with our fellow human beings, sharing knowledge and wealth alike, as both intellectual and material selfishness are equally ugly and detestable. Living for others is what truly matters. Once we start striving for the well-being of others, the world becomes brighter, warmer, and happier, and life becomes more meaningful. I tasted true happiness for the first time when I was selling newspapers on the streets. It was during the Korean War, and we were refugees. Those were days of poverty for the people, where death seemed easier than life. We were always hungry, yet one of life's ironic games was that hunger gave us the courage to live. My dad got kidnapped and taken up north, and my older brothers were serving in the army. So at 14 years old, I became the breadwinner for my family. I had to sell at least 100 newspapers a day to cover our essential expenses. Every night, my mom and younger brothers would wait up for me, eager for me to come home with some food so we could have dinner together. I always appreciated their support, but we couldn't always eat together. I sold newspapers at the Puncheon Market, which had temporary buildings by the river. The market often closed due to bad weather, and many stores shut down. If we wanted to eat as a family, I had to sell 100 newspapers, so the harsh weather and market closures made it difficult to sell my papers. Some days, when I left in the morning, I only had a little money to contribute to our daily expenses. When I returned home on those nights, my mom and brothers would be asleep, and I quickly understood why. We only had one bowl of rice, which they saved for me. My mom would wake up to give me food and say, "We've already eaten. You must be hungry. Eat meal quickly." Seeing my hungry brothers sleeping, I couldn't help but cry because we only had one bowl of rice. But my mom and I hid our tears from each other. I told her that I had already eaten noodles while I was out and felt full, and I asked her and the kids to eat the rice. We both knew we were lying, but there was no other way for us to express our feelings. We might have been poor in material things, but we were rich in spirit. We didn't have much, but we selflessly sacrificed for each other. Someone who has everything but doesn't know how to be generous isn't truly rich. The real wealthy people are those who give abundantly, who share whatever they can. They know how to give, regardless of how little or how much they have. Defining true happiness is something I personally find difficult. However, I am certain that happiness is not linked to wealth, power, or fame. Yet, I vividly remember a time when I had very little in terms of material possessions, and yet I was the happiest person. Since then, I have strived to live by a philosophy that revolves around the well-being of others. But I have come to realize the challenges it presents. Nevertheless, I have made the decision to put in even greater effort to live my life in such a manner.